Which is more important, practice or theory? In his view, practice outweighs theory. In installations, there are often many such circuits. He can first look at the specific installation environment. At the entrance, there is a dining room light. Then, there is the living room light. Surrounding them are spotlights and linear lights. There are a total of 4 circuits. However, the control line for the dining room light is not here. The control line for the dining room light is at the kitchen entrance. This switch controls the dining room light separately. Looking again. The switch at the entrance should be a 3-way switch. Because the control line for the dining room fan light is on the opposite side, there is still the living room, as well as the spotlights and linear lights. Now, he knows that this switch could possibly be a 3-way switch. But is it single-controlled or double-controlled? He checks the wiring direction inside. This is an original junction box. Inside is a white conduit. 3 wires come out of this conduit. 1 red wire. And a white wire. Plus a blue wire. A separate red wire also runs down from above. The 3 wires running down, 1 red and 2 blue, should be double-controlled wires. But why is this red wire paired with the blue wire above? He still doesn't know why. This wire is clearly for double control, because inside is a red conduit. It's the wiring of the back cover. These 3 wires lead to the position at the entrance. There is also a red conduit here. 1 red wire. And 2 blue wires. These 3 wires are clearly for double control of the light. But why is the red wire of the double control paired with the blue wire at the entrance? This switch is also paired with this blue wire. To be honest, isn't it confusing to see this? Why? Why are these 2 wires paired together? Besides this one, there's also this blue wire next to it. These 2 wires come from the same conduit. Moreover, measuring with a voltage tester, this blue wire carries over 200 volts. This wire is the live wire. And its path is quite peculiar. These 2 wires come from the same conduit and are paired without being cut. Next is the judgment that experience is greater than theory. Next to the switch is a cabinet. If before the renovation, the living room light switch was not in this position, but behind this cabinet, then installing the cabinet suggests that the wiring should lead to this switch. So, could these 2 wires be 1 live wire? And 1 control line for the living room light? Some may also think that the blue wire inside the switch carries current. Could it be because the wiring between the distribution box is neutral and live is incorrect, causing the blue wire to be live, while the red wire is not? He can check. This is the measurement point for controlling the light, showing over 200 volts. Now he can confirm that the wiring is fine, but why is the double control wire paired with this blue wire in the switch? 2 wires come down from above. 1 red and 1 blue, there's a small spotlight above. Are these 2 wires for a separate light? In other words, there is no neutral wire for the light. A neutral wire needs to be brought through this red wire. And the blue wire in this switch is the neutral wire. So it needs to be paired with this red wire. If explained this way, it makes sense. Next, he tests again. These wires control various things. This red wire controls the surrounding linear lights. There is also a white wire. This wire controls the small spotlight. The 3 wires coming down from this conduit are 1 live wire and 2 control wires. In other words, this is a double switch with double control. But there are 2 more dual control wires. The switch at the entrance connects to the switch on the opposite side. So the entrance switch should be a 3-way dual control. In uncertain situations, a small tube light can be used in series. A test can be done in the circuit. Now the tube light is on. The small spotlight above is also on. The red wire is the control wire for the spotlight above. The brightness is normal. From this perspective, This is the control wire for the spotlight. The other wire should also belong to the same spotlight. It needs to connect to the neutral wire. The blue wire should be a live wire and a control wire for the living room light. To verify, a pair of pliers can be used to cut this wire. The living room light is off. This confirms the earlier judgment. There is a control wire for the living room inside. And there is a live wire. There is also a control wire for the spotlight. This switch should be a double switch with dual control. Now all the wiring is clear. The switch at the entrance was not disturbed, so it will remain as is. It will be tucked back in. The other live wire will connect to the supply terminal L1. Then it will jump to L2 and L3. These two blue wires are the dual control wires connected to the control terminals S1 and S2. The wire for the light connects to terminal L2, and the white wire connects to terminal L1. This completes the installation of the three-way dual control at the entrance. The installation is complete. First, test the other two spotlights and the light. Everything is normal. The two wires inside the opposite switch are also secured. They are wrapped with tape. Tucked in. This is a double switch with dual control. Since there is a live wire on the opposite side, no jump wire is needed for this switch. Connect the live wire directly to the supply terminal. The control wire for the living room light connects to the common terminal L2. The two blue dual control wires connect to the switch terminals L2-1 and L2-2. Additionally, the red wire above controls the small spotlight. It connects to terminal L3. After watching this video, does one feel that theory is greater than practice, or that practice is greater than theory? Theory is the officer, while practice is the soldier. However, practice proves the importance of theory. There is a saying that fits well. Use theory to drive practice, and use practice to correct and supplement theory. Of course, if both theory and practice exist, that would be best, like wisdom and action. Theory is knowledge, while practice is action. Knowledge and action must be united to continually enhance one's level. It is uncertain if this perspective is correct. If there are friends with different views, they can share in the comments. The switch installation is now complete. Testing both sides of the dual control is normal. Other single control switches are also normal. Alright. Thank you for watching. Please provide feedback.